love this song. हमारा program इसी गाने से
Just a minute. I think I have.
the part I have to let it go. Oh, sorry. Is she joining us or is here? Okay, let me close this. Also, I don't need the music. Okay, I'll take this out. So welcome, Colonel Himanshi Ji Singh from India. I believe in New Delhi, right? Am I right?
Yes.
So this is the third, fourth time you've joined us, and it's a pleasure, always. And we're sorry to miss Colonel Vanita today, but she has a family obligation, and she'll be joining us next time. But Colonel Himanshi Ji has come to our program a few times, and she's actually a highly decorated and experienced military leader. She served in the Indian Army for 24 years. That's like, wow, I would say, hats off to you for doing that. It's such a dedication, and you learn a lot from being in the Army. And I think you told us a lot of good qualities last time, I remember. And throughout her career, she demonstrated her ability to command and train soldiers effectively, and also made significant contributions to social services through her involvement with organizations that serve especially able children with and NCC youth. In recognition of her accomplishments, the Governor of Rajasthan awarded her the Golden Achievers Award in 2022 for her impact as a change maker in the society. Following her retirement from the military, Lieutenant Colonel Singh has achieved further recognition in the beauty industry, winning multiple national and international beauty pageants and serving as a jury member for a national beauty pageant as well. Wow. I can see that. It's a beautiful woman sitting right next to me, across from me. I'm sure she must have won so many beauty pageants. And as a leader of Life Extraordinaire, a soft skills company, Lieutenant Colonel Singh brings her expertise in human relationships to her clients, helping them develop the skills necessary to improve their personal and professional lives. Her clients have reported life-changing experiences under her guidance, attesting to her effectiveness as a coach and mentor. With her unique background and expertise, Lieutenant Colonel Himanshi Singh is a truly exceptional individual and a valuable asset to any team or organization seeking to improve their interpersonal and leadership. So today, we were just discussing कि क्या आज किस topic में बात करें. So Colonel Himanshi came up with the topic, the art of balancing personal and professional life, which is a very important topic. Why? Because a lot of people, husband and wife, they're struggling, some of them, to meet the ends. Whatever their expenses in the house, kids are there, in-laws are there, the house, they bought a house, let's say, or there, and everybody wants to live like the next door neighbor, So then when you do that, then you have to work more hard to meet up with the expenses. So there's no end to how much you can make or how much you can do, but at what cost? What do you have to give up to do that? Or is there a way to balance that? There is, I'm sure there is. So that's why Colonel Himanshi is going to talk to us about and explain to us what we can do. And welcome to this platform, Dil Diyan Gallan. Thank you so much for joining, taking your time in the evening. And it's very nice to have you here with us. Thank you, Ji. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Veena ji, and it's an honor and privilege to come and talk to you and share whatever I have learned all my life. See, this is how we learn, and this is how we have grown in our lives. And whatever wisdom we have acquired, we must share it with other people. So
Exactly.
I feel, one should not strive for balance too much, because the life is about those 8 wheels, which we call as a wheel of life. So you have different priorities at different times.
Right.
Sometimes upgrading yourself becomes a priority in terms of your education. Sometimes your health becomes a priority. Sometimes finances become a priority. Sometimes your family becomes a priority. Sometimes taking break is a priority. Sometimes, children become a priority. So the priorities keep shifting from time to time.
Yes.
And anyone who has wisdom and profoundness to understand life will always see what is required to be done at that point of time. See, what has happened over the period of time, we have stereotyped and put people in silos and boxes.
Mm.
That fine, she's a woman, she has to do this. He's a man, he's supposed to be doing this. So the pressure is not just on women, it is also there on the men, right? As a woman, you are expected, okay, fine, you have to raise the child.
Excuse me, Ritu is joining. Should I wait?
Okay.
She wants, should I, okay, admit her? Okay.
Yeah. So, there are,
Right. You're absolutely right. But we put people things in the boxes and leave it, label it, you know?
we
We-
label it.
Yeah.
So, like you and me, we are the people who, uh, have told the world and shown the world the way that it is very much possible for us to do our job, to take care of our businesses, to take care of our children, to take care of our loved ones, and also have a thriving career.
Right.
So you have to prioritize what you want to do and never ever buy these ideas which are sold as a stereotype. Stereotype is all about the mental conditioning of men and women in societal norms, that this is acceptable, this is not acceptable. So you as a woman, I'll just say, you're told you are not supposed to be having a thriving career because you're supposed to be taking care of a baby. You have to take care of the older people in the house. You have to get the tiffin of the spouse ready.
Mm.
And your work is not a priority. But if the woman is highly ambitious, and if she can take care of all these things, then she's actually labeled as somebody who's, too fierce or too outspoken or too opinionated. You know,
Yes.
you are not seeing things in totality. You're always trying to label a person. You're always very judgmental about a person. It is not needed. It is not needed. Understand, to run this entire setup, the yin yang, the femininity and masculinity has to have a balance. That is why Shiva and Shakti, they have to be at balance. Wherever the energies are not balanced, you will never have a thriving society. So people must understand, in today's time, husband and wife together, they have to come together to make a happy place, which is their home,
Correct.
and support each other in their work and also in the chores they have to do in their home. I hope I've answered your query.
Yes, yes, exactly. Anybody has any questions, please pen them down in this group, and I will ask Himanshi ji about that. If you have any questions to ask. And also, like, और थोड़ी बताओ कैसे balance करें? I know that you said labeling, which is 100% correct, but is that still going on in India? I thought things have gone a little better.
See, it is going on everywhere in the world, not just in India. It's everywhere in the world. If you see the statistics by WHO,
Hmm.
so they say that, in the economic spheres, there's a report by McKinsey. Um, there's a global index of the population which is there. India has ranked 136 out of 187 countries when it comes to gender sensitivity and financial equality. So there are countries in the world who are ranking somewhere from first to
130.
yeah. So the thing is, it means it needs to be addressed globally. Now, how can you address it globally? First of all, the right to education. Like in India, Indian government has done lot of amendments. They have a lot of acts which has been passed something like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. There is so much of emphasis on checking the pregnancies and not letting the abortions done if it's a female fetus.
Yeah, that
Otherwise, earlier people used to abort
right.
the female fetuses. Then they have the right to education. It is there for every child. Because of that, a lot of girls have started going to school. There is midday meal scheme which is there, so they are fed in the school.
Oh, good.
There is awareness about the menstrual hygiene. Then there is a setup for women to get loans on priority if they want to be an entrepreneur. And earlier, then yes, very important is the POSH Act, prevention of sexual harassment at workplace. Can you imagine till the year 75, 76, there were no act like this. So it was so difficult for women to come out and work.
Right. That's true.
So, yeah. So, if you don't have the laws in place, you can't have society just calling and saying, okay, fine, women should be made capable or they should be balancing the life and all. If if in the house itself, nobody is helping the women to take care of the chores, she will not be able to go out and work.
That's true.
And trust me, if that woman is sick for 3 days, the entire house collapses,
Yeah.
right? And moreover, Rituji, there is so much of divinity in Indian culture. If you go back to that, to the divinity, you will find balance in your life. I will just quote a thing from Mahabharata, which is very close to my heart. uh, you know, uh, Kunti is supposed, Kunti said Draupadi has to marry these five sons of her, and Draupadi was allowed to marry these five men. They say Draupadi was the most respected woman in the entire Drupad family.
Wow.
Yeah, because this woman used to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. It is a record. It's recorded in that. She would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, check what is to be prepared in the kitchens, because as a lot of guests would be coming to visit the king, Yudhishthir,
Right.
she exactly knew how much of gold and other things are there in the treasury of the king, how many horses are there, how many elephants are there, and who would go where when the king is moving. If the king is being presented by the gifts from the other kingdoms, so how they have to be accounted for and what is to be returned. So women in India have taken the command in their hands, and she was not a bechari that she married five men and she was forced to do that. No, despite everything, she was a woman who had full control and had respect of every person there.
Wow.
So it is about balancing what you have, and I'm not propagating that a woman should have five husband or something, but I'm saying the women, you have stereotyped. Nobody has gone back and studied her life. You've only heard what is being told, and you have judged her on the pretext of somebody, giving something.
Right.
So we need to correct our perspective in a way we have to look.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. And we want to like to welcome, I think, Dr. Ritu. Welcome to this platform. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes. So thanks for giving me such a beautiful opportunity to speak on this platform. Yeah, I'm Dr. Ritu Pirwani. I'm PhD in yoga. I'm a yoga therapist and I am a corporate wellness expert also. I live in Bangalore
Okay.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, ma'am.
You can ask, you'd like to ask a question about this topic?
Yes, yes. I have one question, Himanshu ji. So, how can we collectively foster a more empowering environment for women in various aspects of society?
In my opinion, I feel more than we talk about women, we should talk about men and how we groom them, how we raise them.
True.
Society has to come together as a whole, not as men and women. See, the moment you put them in compartments, which I have always been talking, then there is somebody who's striving for power. There's somebody wants to be more powerful. I am not a feminist. I don't talk about feminism. What I feel is to have an environment of empathy. First of all, understand what are the challenges of the other gender. See, as a woman, you have different challenges. You have hygiene issues. Somebody is not that educated. Your physical standards are a little different, you know. So, moreover, then some places like you stay in Bangalore. So, is it so safe for women to go out? Is your home a safe place for your daughters? So, all these things. Then, same goes for men. If they have to make the ends of the family meet, buy a good house, have a good car, take the family on a holiday, you think they are not under pressure?
Oh, yeah.
Then they have to cater for the emergency funds also. If somebody falls sick, there's some accident, God forbid. So if the women is not understanding what they are going through, and if they are not understanding what a woman is going through, there will always be an issue. So, to address the question which you had asked, I feel the environment. First of all, house is the basic place from every to start everything. As they say, charity begins at home. First of all, we need to set our house in order. We have to tell our boys that since both the men and women they are working, both have to share the responsibilities together.
Mm.
The life skills, cooking is a life skill. It is not a women's skill. Sweeping, mopping, washing is a life skill. Nowhere it is written that a man cannot wash clothes. Making your bed, keeping house in order, going for errands. So everything is a life skill. आपको अगर खाना बनाना नहीं आता है, you will go and sleep hungry. Because every time you can't order food from outside. So we
Yeah.
need to equip our men and women together, give them good education, and let them choose. Where we go wrong is we talk about women empowerment, we talk about education, but when it comes to choosing, that is the time we deprive them of their right. You don't allow your women to choose. You know, there'll be someone controlling, either your father, no, this is not the career for you, it is not safe, or the societal norms are not like this. If you get married, the husband will be there, to tell you, okay, fine, no, this doesn't go well with my job. I'm in a transferable job, so you have to quit this. So, if you're making it difficult for women, let's not talk about women empowerment.
Correct.
So first, make your home environment good, then we will take care of the society.
That is true.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you so much, Himanshu ji. It was a perfect answer for my query. Yeah, because the understanding should be there between men and women. Then the real power will be there in the society, because always first we have to start from ourselves. Then we can
Absolutely.
build the women empowerment. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
that was a good question. You have any other question besides this one? You can ask another question if you have anything. And I'm asking
No,
everybody
ma'am.
who joined us, if you have any
Yeah.
questions or queries, please come up now and ask me. Then I'll ask Colonel Himanshi. I'll ask the question. I'll ask afterwards. आपको कुछ है question or? Yes.
Yeah, I have one more question. In spite of so many challenges, you have become, you can say, a Powerful woman. Okay. What is the secret of your success? It's a very common question.
No, I would say I'm a powerful woman.
I,
I
I feel this thing, yeah, because I can see your background, so we cannot be like you, but we want to be and we want to listen from you something like the secret of your success.
No,
Yeah.
it is actually very humbling when you say this. I'm not a powerful woman. I'm a woman with little prudence, little, I'll say, wisdom, lot of humility, hard work, my never say never spirit, and I am ambitious. When I talk of ambition, it means I know what I want and how to get it. And I will never ever leave any stone unturned to reach there. I was very clear, when I was small, like I was talking that when you talk about women empowerment. So I was raised in a very typical traditional Rajput family where women were supposed to be studying to get married and get a good spouse. All right. And if you've done BA and all, it is perfectly fine. You will get married in a respectable family. Career was never spoken about. And if you wanted to be a career woman, it was either a service in bank or being a teacher or a professor and becoming a doctor. But my parents challenged it. They said, no, we want you to be independent because uh, excellence has no gender. All right. If you want to be excellent, it is gender free. So I was raised that fine, we are giving you education at par with boys. You have to make some use of this education. Otherwise, please don't study. Be at home, make round chapatis, wash your clothes, and don't waste your life. At least learn the life skills. At least learn the life skill. At least you'll be able to feed yourself, do nothing. But then my mother, she showed me the mirror. She said, life is not that simple. If you don't earn well, then you will always be dependent on somebody who will be taking care of your finances. You will never be independent in true sense. So, since she pushed me, and I also realized with the passage of time, it is very important for women to prioritize what they want. And if you feel I'm powerful, it's not that I'm powerful, it's what I always had goals in my life. That fine, by the age of this, I have to reach this place. So I had a goal to serve, get good money, have a respectable job, start a family, have my children, and then thereafter keep upgrading myself. So when the time came, I left my job, I started my own company. Then I realized, starting a company is not a big thing, but to sustain it is a big thing.
Yes.
So I took one of my very confidant in the company, and you all need a team, mind you. We all need a team. So with her, we collaborated and we are moving forward. We have our charter of duties spelled out correctly. She has to do a certain thing. I'm supposed to be doing a certain things. I know I'm very good in PR. I know I am very good public speaker. So I go out and I do things like you are aware. I've been to so many places. I've trained the military strategic leadership of international repute. There are a lot of universities which keep inviting me, and I have so many one-on-one clients, not just for the grooming, but also to get trained for pageants, for the relationships to work. Some parents come to me for the parent-children relationship. So it's not being powerful. It is all about setting the goal, working hard for it, being a leader. Leaders don't compromise. So sometimes, as I answered Leena ji initially, that sometimes you have to take priority, make something a priority, and then thereafter you have to move your priority and shift it to somewhere else.
Correct. No, that is true.
I hope I have answered your query, Ritu.
Absolutely, yeah, true. I am agreed. Yeah. I have just noted down some points that we have to set the goal and do not compromise and move to the priority. Yes, I'll always remember and teach my children the same thing, ma'am. Hope
And
everyone has
also,
got the
also
inspiration from
remember,
you.
yeah, your expertise are not decided by your gender.
Right.
Yes, absolutely right. And you are the true example of that.
You're humbling me. I really appreciate
Yeah.
you saying. Thank you so much.
रितु जी आप कैसे यहाँ how did you get this platform to come? आपको कैसे मिला information?
You know, she is one of my best friends and very, very close to me.
Shared it to join. I had shared it to join.
Okay, that's why
Yeah.
I was just wondering. मैंने कहा चलो that's very nice. But
Yeah.
Thank you.
हमारा group है ना दिल दिया. Can you join from there now? It's called
Uh,
Dil Diyan Gallan with Veena Lamba. If you go in that group on Facebook, and then you can see everything live over there.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, can you
they'll
do that?
to ask me questions, Ritu, so she will not be able to admit them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, if you can do. So आप भी doctor हैं? You're a doctor?
Yeah, I'm PhD in yoga.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So can you join from there? Maybe I'll
Yes.
also get in touch with you about that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Ritu. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
asking your
ma'am.
question.
Thank you much for
See you,
joining.
sir.
Very nice. The questions were excellent. तो ठीक है आप अपने आप एग्जिट होते हो या मैं आपको कर
Yes, yes, I will do it.
But
Thank
that's
you, thank you.
thank you so much for joining.
Yeah,
It's better to join from the group than this way.
exactly.
Miss Vanita ji was she could not join, but I was surprised that she asked very nice questions. So I just want to ask you, Mike, another question from my side is that what made you, like your mom said, to that you don't have to be you can, the world is open up to you, can do whatever you choose to be, and it's good to be independent and make some money because that way you don't have to be dependent. I mean,
Yeah.
you can have you're capable of doing it yourself, and I think that's a very, very good thing that your mom told you. I wish all the mothers would tell that to their daughters. I'd say the same, something similar. And my dad said the same thing to me, right? Almost. So what made you, since you have so many things to choose from, teacher, all these things that you just mentioned, what made you go into the Indian Army?
My father was in army, so that was yeah. So that was one thing I, found very glamorous at that age. And earlier, the professions were very limited, Veena ji. There were things which
For women?
limited for women. Yes. See, we are talking about 4 decades ago. So things were very limited for women. And that was one career which felt very safe. And it came with prior knowledge.
Right. Because
When people talk about their expertise, I could say, okay, fine, my expertise are in this field. So, and moreover, at that age, you have that will to do something if you're a go-getter. And this actually clicked perfectly well with me. And it actually happened very organically. I think it was served to me on a platter because I never went to these training institutes. I never took a formal training from somebody to actually guide me because all my life I was trained in a way where my soft skills were on point. I was physically strong. I was mentally very robust. And I had a lot of endurance because we had seen the family go through a lot, a
Right.
lot. Because the father was always away, mother had to handle everything. She was the one who was taking care of our studies. She was the one who was doing the errands. She was the one taking us to doctors, and she was the one who would go to PTM. So she was there. Father would come, say, once in 6 months or 7 months. He was not even aware in which grade we are. So it wasn't easy for him, but then we realized that, that style with which he used to come, the bullet he used to ride. So all that was always, mesmerizing.
That's true.
And when I came into college, I wanted to be a model for some time, but then my parents were like, no, 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 do something which you can continue for a very long time. So that's how I just filled the form, and they called me to SSB, and I thought I'll not get selected, honestly, because when I was there in the dorm, so I saw these girls, going through the notes at the last moment, and most of them were like, I'm prepared for GTO and I've done this physical thing. I'm going to do the Burma Bridge. I didn't know what GTO means. मुझे उसका फुल फॉर्म भी नहीं पता था कि ऐसा भी कुछ होता है, because I was staying in Delhi and I came from the hostel.
I
So
see.
I not told my parents that I'm
Since your
going there.
dad was traveling, army वाले तो बड़े different stations में different
They, I was not being, trained to be an officer. I was being trained to pick up a job, to be independent, but nobody thought I'll join army.
Okay,
They
so
wanted me to be independent, but they never wanted me to be in army.
okay, so then you give them a surprise by choosing that profession.
No, I didn't go home after that. The moment I cleared my SSD, I straight away went to Vaishno Mata. That's my go-to place whenever, I feel that I need some spiritual advice or somebody to take care of me. So I went to Vaishno Mata, and I came back after a week. And those days, we never used to have these mobile phones. So it was easier to sneak out.
They can check you. May I ask a curiosity? My question is, what is the meaning of GTO?
It's group training discussions which we have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Okay, so good to know. You know, that's but since I guess that made a big difference too, that you saw your dad was in the army and that made a difference.
Exactly.
My
Yeah.
grandfather was in the army as
So
well.
I guess that made a big difference too. That
Sorry.
you saw your dad was in the army and that made a difference.
What happens? No, it's not from my end. So
Yeah.
no, that's that I
That I see was the army and no, it's not from my end. Sorry about that. No, sorry about that. I was watching us live.
okay. I know that's
So it
why
just touched.
mine too. So that's what happens.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting to know that how and Colonel Vanita का भी कुछ ऐसे ही journey होगी. That she also joined
I'm sure. Yeah.
there. That was really amazing that you guys hooked up over there. You became friends and continue to do a lot of things together. And then, how did this beauty thing came in the picture after you retired? You from the army, or because you said you are? You are very beautiful, and you went to all the international and multiple national beauty pageants. So, आप उसको अब you go there as a judge as well now? वो भी करते हैं
Yeah,
आप?
I go as a jury also. I also groom, ladies for these pageants. And I was on the panel for Mrs. India, the goddess, last year.
Okay.
See, it happened because somewhere in my mind, people, you're always looking for validation. You're always looking for validation. We were never taught to validate our own thoughts, to be very honest. We were never, so you always wanted that validation that somebody has to tell you that you're beautiful. All right. So you want to look in a certain way, you want to apply your makeup and dress in a certain way because that validation you were always looking for outside. When I was growing up, I don't know how beautiful or ugly I was, but in our families, we were always told that since all my cousins were a little fairer than me, so I was told I'm not that beautiful, I'm ugly.
Oh.
So challenge that. To challenge that, I said, okay, fine, let me see. If somebody has called me ugly, okay, fine, I'll have a certificate on my wall which says I'm beautiful.
But you're right. You can't just judge yourself like that.
Yeah. So basically, see, it is just a part of it. Yes, it also played certain role. But I was very fascinated with the glamour world. And I wanted, okay, fine, let me go and see. It is beautiful. There's a lot of hard work needed. There's a lot of consistency which is needed. And I realize it is a beautiful thing for people who can really work hard and take that kind of pressure. So I do it now. I do it very, I'll say, randomly in my free time.
Okay.
But now my major focus is the company which I have opened, the soft skill company, because here I'm imparting a lot of knowledge and wisdom to people, and I'm actually seeing them transform to
Oh,
a better human being, to take care of their jobs, especially in the mid managerial level. The women are stuck. They've been there for 10 years, 12 years. No promotions are happening. They don't know how to deal with the pressures of their family. They don't know how to deal with the pressure of the environment. They don't know how to handle the boss's super boss. So there are challenges because we may talk about women empowerment.
right.
We will talk about education. There are so many things which you have to take care. And see, I said these skills are life skills. So somebody has to train you about the life skills. So I realized there was a lot of people who needed this. There were a lot of gap areas. So for that, we've pitched in. And with the grace of God, we are being very well received. And I've done a couple of TV shows also, and I've done some beautiful podcasts with some of the renowned people. And recently, I was awarded the honor of Ashoka Award by the Charles Walter Council.
Oh, congratulations.
So people, yeah, thank you. So people are actually, noticing what we are doing, and that's a very beautiful thing because ultimately, as a human being, this is the service which I can do to leave a legacy, to have an impact, and change whatever in my capacity I can do.
Well, that's a big thing because people do need motivation and somebody like you to guide them and like you to have this company. So I'm sure it's helping a lot of people. Um, Kamleshji right now, she's writing that Colonel Hamanshi, you have proved it that you are beautiful inside and out because you like to help the. That is a very noble thing to do to help the people. A lot of women they need some push or something that they just stay where they are. Otherwise, they need some motivation to ask a question at work like they just set with like 10 years like you just said. Some people don't move up for 10 years, they just stay there. But you have to say something to someone if you want to move up. But I personally think that that's the way I am. I will not stay in a place for 10 years like that. I need to talk to someone or do something. I mean, that's the way I am like that. But everybody's not like that. There's some
So
women they
people are not even aware they can talk to people like us who can help them. They're not even aware. So it comes from the place from where you're seeing. Sometimes you're conditioned to accept it. Just because you don't take a fag break and you're not chilling post parties and you don't sit and giggle with people. So and sometimes being raised in a very very patriarchal families, women do not even want to speak their mind.
yes,
They accept what is being thrown to them.
you're right. That is true.
Yeah, so many of them don't even know that people like me exist who can actually help them to navigate their way to success and have more fulfilling professional and personal life.
Wow, that's really that. You know what? That's you're doing such a good. Your companies, I mean, doing wonders. I'm sure because I'm sure a lot of people, if they come up, everybody has some kind of a question. You know, like something in
Yeah.
the life going on.
Oh, I would love to take audience questions.
They are just praising you right now. I'm asking
Oh,
them. Ina Gupta,
I'll
please.
read that. I'll
Also,
read that later.
yeah. I have another question for you. Like,
Yeah.
my question is that, for example, when I was in India a long time ago. Like, I was, but now the generation, because of all the media and everything is like connected. Everything, you ask a question here, you get an answer in India. I mean, instant. There's no such thing as like movies पहले आती थी American India में काफी देर के बाद. Now everything is same day.
It's a global village. So you're virtually in a village. Everyone knows what is happening where.
So it doesn't matter if you're in India or uh, Japan or Pakistan or USA or London, just like England. Everything is one day instant. Everybody knows everything. But
Yeah.
how the like younger generation, for example, I mean, I have three daughters. Two of them are married. The husbands pitch in everything, and they do. Now, is that something like that going on over there? Like the younger generation, the husbands are pitching in and helping out in that. Like we discussed that a little while ago. लॉन्ड्री भी करनी है, बच्चों को भी देखना है, घर के खाने भी बनाने हैं. Why the woman why should she coming from work, he's coming from work, so they're supposed to be equal in doing both of the kind of thing. Is that also picking up in India? Over here they have no choice because they don't have that much help, and help is very, very too expensive. There are a lot of people they need it, but basically they have to do everything themselves. वहाँ पे क्या है younger generation के लिए? Is the things
Uh,
that, or do they still live with their in-laws or parents, or things have a little bit changed?
See, Veena ji, wherever possible, people prefer staying with their families because, first of all, the children are taken care of. The working couple doesn't have to think too much about it. And staying in a joint family gives a lot of good values to your children.
That is true. I agree.
It gives, then, moreover, you have somebody to come back home and discuss your day with. Okay. So, somebody you need who can be there for you. And if you have elders in your family, they will definitely look after you, most of them. See, there are all sorts of people, there are all sorts of family, and relationships it's always about balancing the energies. If the parents are taking care of you and your children, you must take care of them in return whenever you have time or whenever you need them. The younger generation, I see these days, my son is 18, and I see there's a lot of clarity they have. They speak their mind when they're very clear that it is not possible for one spouse to take care of the entire thing, neither finances nor I'll say the chores or the babies or the education, because first of all, education is very expensive. Everyone wants to have a good life. They want to go abroad for holidays. They want to drive the most expensive car, and they want to wear Prada and Gucci. So for that, they have to have both members of the family working. But I personally feel in the race somewhere, some families are missing on that quality time which they should have. People have forgotten the art of, you know, striking a balance that today, okay, fine, this is to be done. This is priority A. On Saturday, Sunday, we need to switch off and take care of the loved ones. They're always running. They're not taking care of their health. The divorces are happening because there is no communication. For any relationship to work out, communication is very important.
That's true.
Yeah. So if people are not communicating, they have no time. There's a term which has been coined as weekend couples. Though they stay in the same house, but they have no time to talk to
Right.
each other because there are the different shifts which are happening.
That is
All
true.
right. So if you're not communicating, so differences are bound to arise because then, and we are running very low on patience these days. We are consuming a lot of social media. The Instagram reels are 30 seconds. The shorts are 15 seconds. The WhatsApp status is 30 seconds. So your the attention span has gone for a six, so you don't want to listen to people and communicate with them because it tires mind. If you ask these people that when was the last time you had a heart-to-heart conversation with somebody where you had just forgotten everything, you'll not find people.
That is true.
So
They're
it is,
fans.
yeah, so it is very important that nurture your family, nurture the friendships you have, also take care of your health. And I feel these younger generation, they are very clear about it. They have their priorities sorted. They are helping the spouses in taking care of the finances. They are helping them in the chores. They are also taking care of the families. So these days, a lot of positive changes are being seen. And moreover, Veenaji, I feel what you give to your children, children will give it back to you. If you're pampering them too much, then God save you. But if they have the values in place, you will never ever have too many issues. There's no family where there are no frictions. An ideal family is a myth. So
Yeah.
some sort of differences, I think they're bound to happen, and one has to negotiate and arrive at a common point, which I feel the younger generation is quite capable, and they have that wisdom to handle it.
Yes. You're right. That communication is a, like Ina ji has written down, Ina Gupta, my friend from California. Hi, Ina. She said that communication is a top priority. I agree. A lot of these divorces and misunderstandings starts from miscommunication. They have no time to talk. They have no. Everybody is like so busy all the time. Like even I'm thinking that I should go to start going back to the gym. Now, start next. Like myself, I'm not doing the things which I should be doing. So I'm thinking that I should start making myself a priority also, instead of thinking about everybody else and everything else. So along the way, don't forget about yourself too. You have to do that because sometimes we do forget our own, what we need, our needs, and then that makes you frustrated, and then उसमें भी problem हो जाती है बाद में. You get into different things. So like you take care of the family, the kids, the husband, the in-laws, but अपना भूल जाते हो. So that I think is very important, that one should not forget what you like to do.
I feel that you cannot pour from an empty cup. If
Mhm.
you are too exhausted, taking care of everyone, then one day or the other, you will be burnt out.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. So it is very important that especially for working women like me, my me time is very important because it is there where I need to disconnect from what is happening, and I need to chill out with the people I love. It can be my friends. I do go on a solo holidays
Mhm.
because that is, yeah, solo holidays and holidays with my girls because it is needed.
You're right. I agree.
And family is a very integral part of any human being. But sometimes even the family exhausts you. Most of the time, if you talk to the children, they also find that even the parents sometimes bully them. Some parents are very, they bully.
I think the parents sometimes are very needy also. They need the kids, they want them to be with them all the time or listen to them all the time. The kids want a little bit independence, or they want to do the things their own way.
Veena ji, some parents are looking for validation through children's achievement to
Mm.
have their dreams fulfilled. Because some of them, due to various reasons, could not excel in the desired field. So what they want, they push the child too much.
Mm.
And some mothers also have seen, instead of being a support system for their child, they are pushy.
Yeah.
So it is very important for a woman, never lose your femininity. I always preach that to anybody who's coming. I am not in competition with the masculine. I'm a
Right.
born female. My grace has to exude in everything I do, whether my looks, whether my communication, whether I'm taking care of somebody, whether I'm going out of the house. That grace has to be perfectly taken care of. If you take care of your femininity well, then you're able to give compassion, empathy, love, your wisdom. Because if you see all the goddesses in Indian culture are female.
Yeah.
Even if you are going for a war, you are invoking Durga.
Mhm.
You want wisdom, you are invoking Saraswati. You want money, you are talking to Lakshmi. You want love, talk to Radha. So you are, even if you want to die, you want to fight, there is Chandi.
Mm.
There is Shamshan Mata. So For every aspect of life, there is a woman who's taking care of it. What
Right.
you need to do is balance what is needed when you are supposed to be a Durga, when you're supposed to be a Saraswati, when you are supposed to be, because these are all basically energies. Even these goddesses, why we worship them for their energies.
Wow. Yes.
So those energies you have to imbibe in yourself. And I think I try as per the requirement to imbibe these energies in me and give it. If I'm with my child, if he has to be reprimanded, he will be reprimanded.
Right.
If
No,
he needs to be loved and taken care of, yes. And if he needs to be admonished, I will do that. And why not? We are parents.
yeah, that's true.
And same goes for any other relationship.
Yeah. This, like, again, I'm saying something maybe it doesn't make any sense, but watch all these dramas, जो सीरियल आते हैं जो भी आते हैं तो उसमें तो बिल्कुल you start watching those, then you think पता नहीं क्या हो गया, what's happening, changes are so
Uh,
many changes are happening or in India and Pakistan, इधर उधर, like you see the
can I,
movies में,
after your question, I will add my 2 cents. आप पहले अपना सवाल करें, फिर
हाँ
मैं कुछ बताऊंगी.
नहीं मैं वही कह रही हूँ ना, they give a wrong impression sometimes, or they give, I'm watching a lot of those things right now, so that's why I'm asking that question, is it really like that, some of the things that show in those
Uh,
stories?
Okay. वीना जी, what I feel, मैं आपको ना थोड़ा सा हिंदी में मिक्स करके दूंगी because lot of our audience would love to have this
Yeah,
answer
yeah,
in Hindi also. Recently a movie came by the name of Animal and it had a lot of toxic
I saw,
masculinity.
I saw that movie.
Yes. So, and you try to glorify a man, who's doing all these nasty things, and still the women uh, in his life are so much in love. Same goes for relationships. What they do? Cinema, dramas, and all these means of entertainment, they are supposed to be stirring your emotions. If you don't like something, why will you watch it? And that is why it is called as drama, नाट्य, छल, छद्म, प्रपंच. क्यों बोलते हैं ना प्रपंची औरत या प्रपंची आदमी,
I know,
drama queen,
right, right.
because somewhere they want to stir your emotions. In earlier times, you must have seen movies by Smita Patil and Nirupama Roy. So they were trying to condition the women in a certain way that, okay, fine, this is a typical woman. She has to be in this frame. Anything beyond this is not acceptable. And the women who would go see heroine crying and sobbing in the movie, they would relate to her because थोड़ा बहुत ड्रामा तो सबकी लाइफ में होता है ना. There's somebody in the house who will be a little nasty. We have all sorts of emotion. They would relate to that. कि मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ है, I am that bichari, and they would connect to that. And the movie is an instant hit. What are you doing? You're playing in somebody's emotion. There's a conditioning of the society happening. There's a male who's dominating. There's a female who's submissive. You are actually stirring the core of the society. Same goes for these dramas. Everybody is going through some sort of trouble. Every one is conspiring against another. You think you have time for all this if you're taking care of your job, your family?
Wow.
So we need to do a reality check and say that, okay, fine, that's a movie, that is a drama. It doesn't have to enter my house with me. I watched that movie for 3 hours. Thank you very much. I need to switch off and come back to reality and take care of the real world which is around me.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying that, like, movie Animal की बात करिए, मैं भी थिएटर में देखने गई थी, and I said, this movie is like they made so much money and this and that happened, this and that. मैंने कहा चलो मेरी friend, so I said both of us चलते हैं देखने के लिए. But I was horrified actually. I said, what is this? This is some kind of movie I want to watch. I like to see some love, थोड़ा, like गाने अच्छे से हों, like some,
Something we can ease your emotions out, make you happy.
yeah, soft, like not the woman being treated the way they showed. Some
Yeah.
scenes really So I was thinking, why people
Gone,
like this kind of
we've
movies?
gone overboard with that.
Eh? Anji?
We've gone overboard with the, I'll say, toxicity in that movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why people would. And I told my friend, I said, that's not the type of movie I like. You know, I like romance, some family ka thoda dikhao, like some romance and something nice between the boy and the girl or whatever. Not so much.
Beautiful realistic cinema which has come. It's a movie by Vidhu Vinod Chopra, Barvi Fail. Oh, what a movie.
What's the name again?
12th Fail, Barvi Fail.
Oh, Barbie film.
And the star cast has Vikrant Messi. What a phenomenal actor he is.
He's a,
And I think anybody who's gone through some struggle in life, they will be able to relate. And the movie shows you that never say die spirit of a human being who to just follow his passion and to reach his goal, how he turns the world upside down. Trust me, if you watch movies like that, you will be having your course stirred in a very, very fine way, and you will have some purpose of life
yes.
being told to you.
No, I like that. Like uski unki होती थी ना Shabana Azmi. Those kind of movies and Smita Pathak.
Art cinema.
Those kind of movies I like a lot. But nowadays I don't really make too many of those. So that's the thing. And I don't watch too many movies anymore because of the violence and all that.
And time constraints also.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're too long, 3 hours. I
Yeah,
cannot.
yeah.
But I guess the younger generation, that's what I'm trying to say. The younger generation is totally different. But the things they show is not something that I used to see when I was back home. So things have changed. I mean, but still, I would say the women, they need to make time for themselves. Like, they keep on giving, giving, giving all the time. Like you said, they're going to burn out. Apna bhi thoda priority rakho. And keep a balance in the house. In-laws, parents, kids, yourself, your husband, your spouse. That's not an easy thing to do, but that's what women do at the work also. Same
कुछ
time,
छोड़ना पड़ेगा,
balance.
कुछ छोड़ना पड़ेगा.
That's
मैं
exactly.
जो सेशंस करती हूँ मैं उसमें यही बताती हूँ. What to leave when? There's a time when you have to leave a party and go home.
Yes.
There is a time when you have to say no to the next chapati is being served. So, you must know when to say no to what.
And I agree. And then I think to have some time with your friends without the family being around, kids being around, just chill out with your friends. I think that's a very healthy thing to do. Very healthy and very necessary. Because you're going to be like yourself, not somebody's mother or somebody's wife, somebody's this.
Inaji, to my horror and surprise, it is so acceptable for a man to go out and have a party with his friends. But when it comes to a woman, it is difficult. People will say, okay, why is she out so late? But
And
when it comes to men, it's like, he has a job, he has to go and attend, and he has to socialize, social drinking.
काम के बाद they all hang out and go out.
Yeah, so it's all double standards.
So that's what I'm saying. So some things still have they need to be
I think gradually the change is coming.
but थोड़ा consideration होनी चाहिए. And I
Yeah.
enjoy my time with my friends. I want to go out. I don't want to be thinking about anything. I want to be Veena. That's it. Not somebody's wife, somebody's this, somebody's that. So I enjoy my time. Like you go out, talk to your friends the way you want to talk, and enjoy yourself. So ठीक है. Maybe husband then go as a couple. That's a different way you behave. You go with your kids, you are like a mother, and you go and behave differently. Shopping, jao, ye wo. But sometimes you need that to be alone with your friends, one-on-one.
Sometimes you're just supposed to be Veena and I'm supposed to be Himanshi.
You said it.
Yeah.
That's necessary. So this is my take on this program, and we I think really enjoyed it. I would say perfectly said. आपने इतना अच्छा explain किया है. I really enjoyed it. We're going to have this kind of sessions again soon, and we missed Vanita ji. So let's hope next time she comes, she joins us. I'm sure
Yeah. I also feel very incomplete without her.
Yeah, आप तो दोनों इकट्ठे होते हो like twins. You always together.
Yeah.
All the projects.
And I love that.
Yeah, and I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for joining today. Kamlesh ji and everyone, Veena Gupta and all this, Shashi ji. I would say Sunita Sharma is joined, Moini Jacob from India. Thank you so much, Moini ji. She's a very great singer from
Oh, wonderful.
Delhi, near Delhi. She's from there. So
Okay.
Monia, um, I don't know who's this weight loss, but somebody's there. They're admiring what you said. Awesome, dear. You touched my heart. Okay, that's a very good compliment.
And even Kamlesh Bhallaji has written a very beautiful comment. So thank her from my side, you know.
She's a very good. K Shine is watching. So there are Ritu Parwani. Thank you so much for joining,
Oh,
Ritu.
yes. Ritu has asked me some wonderful questions. God bless her.
Yes, thank you so much. And I want to thank a lot of people that are watching. They're not writing anything, but they're there. And I want to thank all of you for joining us and keep on coming. We are here every Wednesday and Fridays. Mondays, I'm taking time off right now. So Wednesdays and Fridays, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in India, it's 9 p.m. Yeah, that's the time in India. The time changes because we're going to be changing in April, in March again. Then the time will be 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. But right now it's 9. So thank you so much, and Himanshu, thank you so much for joining and giving us all these beautiful, beautiful tips about life and about um, how is what we should follow our heart and what we should do and help the community. Like I just said, that you're doing so much with your company, and I want to wish you all the best and a lot of success with what you're doing. And it's been
Thank you so much.
such a nice thing to listen to your how did you get into the army. And it's nice to hear all that, how everybody's journey is so different, but it's very inspiring to hear. And after both inspiring, yeah, very nice to hear that. And we'll have another session soon. So thanks a lot, everyone, for joining, and have a blessed day or have a blessed evening. जो भी वहाँ जहाँ पे भी हो. And this program is going to be circulated around the world as well, and the people see it in a different time. Some people see it in the night or alone or later on the weekend. So I want to say thank you to all of them, because my cousin, actually my niece, joined from London as well. She was here just now. Tajinder. Thanks, Tajinder, for joining. And thank you so much again. Once again, I will say thank you, Johnny.
Thank you, Vinaji. It was lovely being on your show, and I really appreciate what you're doing. And you know, you've asked me some very pertinent questions which people are actually struggling with. So I also enjoyed answering all of those queries with all my heart. You know, I can't have a facade and put up a different face. I am what I am. So I totally loved it.
Thank you so much. That was really great, because I had those personal question मैं तो पूछूं because मेरे mind में था. It's good that things have changed a lot. That's what I would say, and they are changing.
Yes,
And thanks,
yes, they're
thanks
changing.
for an excellent show. Thanks,
Yeah.
Dil.
See you soon.
Thank you so much for joining. All my friends over here. Keep on joining. Like I said, join DDG, join the group, go to YouTube and become a subscribe to it, and go to Instagram and also join that one too. I'll really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ritu, for joining. Thanks a lot again. Thanks. Okay.
Bye-bye. Bye.